And we're live with another edition of the Sports Block. My name is Will Gittes. I'll be joined by Brian Hughes later in the broadcast. He's not with us right now. We have the Middle Creek Mustangs taking on the fuquay-varina Bengals here at Mustang Stadium. It's supposed to be a good matchup. Both these teams expected to be pretty good programs. They don't really have a preseason ranking system, but it's going to be wait and see. And I know both these programs expected definitely to have winning seasons, and I think this is really going to be what decides how good they do, because the first game here is easily the most important. We have Kylie Majette pitching for the Mustangs. Fuquay is going to be batting first. Like I said, not a whole lot to know about these programs right now. This is the first time we're going to be seeing either of them playing. Middle Creek, since last season, has lost 4 seniors. So not a tremendous loss, but definitely when you lose experience, it's going to impact the team. We're going to see the juniors from last year have to step up here this season as seniors. The softball team last season made a pretty good run, made it to the 3rd round of the playoffs. They ended up losing to Holly Springs. I remember commentating on that game. It was definitely a close game, as they had a top prospect pitcher pitching for Holly Springs, and I know Middle Creek really fought it out. And it looks like we're just about ready to start underway here. We got number 11 for Fuquay coming up to bat. And this is easily the biggest rivalry in the conference. Middle Creek and Fuquay, as most people know, is a big rivalry. Is that first pitch is going to be a ball. Something I'm not used to seeing, the first baseman, Lexi Garrett, they're allowing her to wear a sweatshirt. It is very chilly outside. It's maybe high 30s, low 40s, as that pitch is a strike. But typically, they don't let you wear a sweatshirt. You have to show your uniform. Just a common rule usually for both softball and baseball, but I guess they are allowing it. And here comes the 3rd pitch. It's going to be low and away for a ball. Count is 2-1. That is Jenna Powell behind the plate. I believe she started catcher last year. If not, I know she got some playing time, so she's but I know for sure that she has experience behind the plate. And that's going to be a ball, 3-1. Oh, I'm sorry. Erica Adams is catching. Jenna Powell is in right field. It's going to be a grounder to the 3rd. Lauren Pinello fields it, throws it to Lexi Garrett at first, and the Mustangs get the first out of the inning. Next up for Fuquay is going to be number 8. But like I said, it's a chilly day. We got a lot of cloud cover. The sun's not showing right now. It's been fading in and out here before the game, but no sun whatsoever to mess with outfielders' eyes or anything like that. As you know, I'm just going to call time. Here comes the first pitch. It's going to be a foul ball off the batter for strike 1. And the rule is, if you hit a ground ball and it hits you, so long as you're in the batter's box, that is considered a foul ball. If you were to hit the ball and say it hit you while you were outside of the box, that would have been an out. And second pitch is going to be a ball just outside. Count is 1-1. And it's going to be a swing and a miss. Count is now 1-2. I'm not quite sure what Majette has in terms of her arsenal, like what kind of pitches she throws, but I expect maybe a breaking ball, if that's possible in softball, or an off-speed pitch. And she's going to waste a ball right there, 2-2. Common strategy for pitchers when they have batters at a 1-2 count where they can, allow a ball is to throw something low and outside, maybe high and outside, try and get them to chase. And if they don't, then it's really not a big deal because you still have 2 more balls. That's going to be a ball high. Count is now 3-2. It's known as a full count for those who do not know. And that's going to be ball 4. She's going to take her base. Nowhere close to the strike zone. In fact, it almost hit her. So Mustangs are going to allow 1 runner on with 1 out. And next up for the fuquay-varina Bengals is number 1. And they're moving into bunt defense. Maybe advance the runner into scoring position, or in softball it's even possible to lay down a bunt and make it to first quite easily. So let's see what they do here. And she is going to square for the bunt. That is going to be a foul ball, however, strike 1. That's going to be a called strike, 0-2. As Eric Adams is going to fake the throw to first. So now with 2 strikes, I wouldn't expect number 1 to bunt here, as if it were foul, that would be a strikeout. And that's going to be a ball that gets by the catcher. She's going to easily steal second, rounds the base, but not going to try for third. So 1-2 with a runner in scoring position. Mustangs are going to have to be careful here. And it's going to be another ball low and outside. Count is now 2-2. And it's going to be lined up the middle off the glove of Majette. Runner from second is going to advance to third, but she's going to make an attempt for home. And the runner on first is going to advance to second, but they're not going to risk it and let her advance. So now with 1 out, the Mustangs are in some trouble here with runners on second and third, and the cleanup batter number 3 coming up to bat. I would not be surprised if they went for an intentional walk here. That would put a force out at all bases, especially with your number 4 batter. That's typically the most dangerous batter in your lineup. If they were to pitch to her, I'd be surprised unless they know something I don't. And they are going to pitch to her. It's going to be a ball, I believe, blown away. There's a thing called intentionally walking a batter, which might be what they're doing here, which is you don't intentionally walk them by throwing it out completely out of her reach, but you keep things low, outside, low, and inside. Maybe get them to chase. It's something that they're not going to be able to drive, but that's grounded foul down the third baseline. Count is 1-1. And that's going to be another ball low and away. Hitters count now 2-1. Jet gets her sign. throws the ball, and that's going to be fouled. 2-2. Still only 1 out. So really anything hit to the outfield or anything that gets by the infield is going to score at least at least 1, maybe 2. That's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Runner from third is going to advance. She fumbles it, and the runner from second is going to score as well. And that's going to be a single, but she's going to advance to second base. Fuquay now leads 2-0. And next up to bat is going to be the number 5 hitter, number 5. Maybe it's just because it's early in the season, but I do think it was a mistake to even pitch to their number 4 batter. Like I said, typically the most dangerous, and you did only have 1 out, which would have given the double play opportunity. And she's going to square for a bunt, but that one is going to be foul as well. So far, Fuquay has tried bunt 2 or 3 times, none of them have gone into fair territory. Count is now 0-1. And first and third are going to move into bunt depth. And she's going to square again, pulls back. 1-1. Squares for a bunt, but that one is going to be foul as well. 1-2. Third and first are going to move back to normal depth. And if you notice, number 5 was batting left-handed at the beginning of this at-bat. Typically, because if you're going to lay down a bunt, lefties have a little bit of a head start over righties, as that's going to be a little bit outside. But now she's switched back to the right-handed side of the plate, as she has a better chance of driving the ball, I suppose, with 2 strikes. And that's going to be a called third strike, caught looking. That's going to bring it to 2 outs in the inning, as the number 6 batter, number 13, is going to come to the plate. Majet, the pitcher, is only a sophomore this year, which a starting sophomore on the first game playing a big rival, I think that's a huge accomplishment. And that's going to be a ball outside. And it's going to be another ball high, 2-0. That's going to be a called strike, caught the inside corner, 2-1. And it's going to be a ball, worked a little bit high and inside, 3-1. And it's going to be a called strike, caught the outside corner. It's going to bring it to a full count with 2 outs here. And here comes the pitch. It's going to be nowhere close, low and outside, as that's going to be another walk. So runners on first and second, And still 2 outs, but Fuquay definitely doing some damage here. And now number 6 is up to bat for Fuquay. And that's a ball low and outside. Looks like Majet's having a bit of a difficulty catching the strike zone right here. And ground ball to third base. Pinello's going to field it, throw it to Lexi Garrett, and that's going to be the end of the inning. So if Fuquay goes down, but not before scoring 2 runs here, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with the bottom of the first. You're watching the Sports Block. And we're back with the Sports Block. My name's Will Giddis, and we're going to take a quick look at the Middle Creek lineup. Number 7, Megan Walker, she's playing center field. The shortstop, number 55, Allie Berghart. The pitcher, number 28, Kylie Majet. Camille Hobson, left field, number 14. Number 2, Lauren Pinello, third base. Number 22, Jackie Schiavone, second base. 15, Emily Franks, she's batting DH. Number 5, Jenna Powell, right field. Number 44, Erica Adams, she's catching. And first baseman Lexi Garrett, number 6. Be interesting to see how Middle Creek responds here after giving up 2 runs pretty early in the first inning. I mean, things were going smooth, and then they gave up a walk, and then another walk, and then they got a line drive right up the middle, and that allowed both runs to score. So gonna have to have some strong offense, because it doesn't look like Fuquay is lacking in the offensive department. And it's going to be a throw down to second. Inning's about to get underway. And now up number 7, Megan Walker. First pitch is going to be high, ball 1. And that's going to be a called first strike. That looked like a pretty good pitch right there. But as leadoff batter, you're typically not going to swing at the first strike you see. So 1-1. Way high and outside, ball 2. Hitters count now. And that's going to be low and inside, so 3-1 here to Kylie Majet. And that's going to be ball 4, so walk to start off the inning. And that's going to bring up number 55, Allie Berghart, the shortstop. Typically the leadoff batter for pretty much every team in both baseball and softball has some speed, so definitely keep an eye on steals. And again, wouldn't be surprised if we saw a bunt here to advance Megan Walker over on first, as she does indeed square, but that's going to roll foul, strike one. And she's going to lay down another bunt right back to the pitcher. And it's going to advance the runner. She almost made it to first safely, but a nice stretch by number 3, the first baseman. And that's going to be the first out of the inning. So runner on second, that's going to bring up number 28, Kylie Majette. She's the pitcher. And it's going to be called strike one. 0-1. Ball one. A little bit outside, 1-1 with a 1 out. Another ball high and outside. It's going to be 3-1 here. Sorry, 2-1. And that's going to be a ball high and inside, 3-1. And here comes the pitch. It's almost got to hit her in the head. Watch out. Ball 4, she's going to take her base. Runners on first and second with 1 out. So Middle Creek maybe burn some opportunities here, similar to what Fuquay-Varina did last in the bottom of the or top of the first inning. As coach is going to, they're just going to have a meeting out on the mound real quick. The number 4 batter, number 14, Camille Hobson, our left fielder, is going to come up to bat. And like I said earlier, the number 4 batter is typically the person you want to watch out for. Usually have the most power. And with runners on first and second, you're definitely going to want to watch out for her. And we had a substitute runner come in for the pitcher over on first base. And that's going to be a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. And she's going to drive that one into left field. That's going to probably score the runner from second easily, as that's going to be 1 run for the Mustangs. Score is now 1-2. Fuquay still leads, but runners on first and second with only 1 out, as this is exactly what Middle Creek needed to at least respond to the Bengals after going 2-0 at the top of the first. It's going to be number 2, Lauren Pinello, the third baseman. If I remember correctly, she suffered some sort of leg or knee injury last season that caused her to miss a few games. And that's going to be a strike outside corner, 0-1. Ball low and outside, 1-1. And that's going to be fouled back, 1-2. Not the position you want to be in as a hitter. 1-2 gives the pitcher tons of opportunities to maybe make you chase, swing a 1 in the dirt. throw a lot of off-speed pitches, so she's going to have to play defensive here and at least try to move the runners into scoring position. And she tries to do just that, a ball in the dirt, 2-2. She's able to hold off. Pitcher gets her sign. Here comes the pitch. Looks like an off-speed that maybe got away from her. It's going to be a ball. Full count now. Typically in full counts, you're gonna see a fastball here, as pitchers don't want to risk the walk, because that's gonna be a hit up the middle. Runner from second is gonna try and score. It's gonna be a close one, and she slides in, and it's gonna tie the game here for the Mustangs, 2-2. Big hit by Lauren Pinelli after going down 1-2. 1-2, I'm sorry. Next up to bat is number 22, Jackie Schiavone, the second baseman. See if she can continue the inning here. It's going to be a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Still only one out for the Mustangs. Definitely some more room to score some more runs. It's going to be a nice off-speed pitch that breaks over the middle of the strike zone. 0-2 now. Swung on and missed. That's going to be a strikeout for Jackie Schiavone. 2 outs now. Runners on first and second. Emily Franks, the DH, is going to come up to bat. And another called strike on the outside corner. Pitcher's trying to find a little bit of a groove here, 0-1. And it's going to be popped up down the left field line. It's going to fall foul, however. 0-2. Ball a little bit outside, 1-2. And another ball on the outside. That one looked a little bit closer. 2-2. And that's going to be a line drive into the gap between left and center. That's going to score 1, maybe 2. And she's going to push for home plate. It's going to be close here. Oh, shortstop holds on to the ball. That's going to be another 2 runs for the Mustangs. Big hit by Emily Franks. That's going to be 2 RBIs on a double. Mustangs now lead 4-2 over the Fuquay-Varina Bengals. So pitcher, after giving up 4 runs here in the first inning, might start getting a little bit flustered, as that's a called strike on the outside corner. And foul ball. Looks like she just managed to scrape that one. 0-2. This is number 5, Jenna Powell, the right fielder. So runner in scoring position here for Jenna Powell. So hit's going to score another one. as that's going to be a called ball on the or a little bit outside. 1-2. Still 2 outs. And that's going to be a ball high and outside. 2-2. It's going to be a ground ball, going to get in between the shortstop and third baseman. Going to hold the runner up at third, as that's going to be a single for Jenna Powell as the inning continues. So Mustangs doing a very good job here getting some offense brewing against our rivals here at home. We're up with number 44, Erica Adams, the catcher. She's our 8th batter, so definitely making the way through the lineup here. Again, still with with 2 outs. That's going to be a called strike. What you just saw there is typically what they do in first and third situations. If the runner on first is stealing, which was not the case, so not necessary in that situation. And that's going to be a ball in the dirt, 1-1. And ball low and outside, 2-1. Another ball, 3-1 now. If the pitcher wasn't flustered before, she definitely is right now. She's showing some signs of fatigue early on. And that's going to be ball 4, so a walk is going to load the bases here with 2 outs. And they're going to call a timeout here. The second baseman and third baseman playing in for maybe a bunt. I couldn't guess she'd bunt, but that's going to be a ball low and inside. And I'm just informed she's a slap hitter, which I guess you move in for because you're not going to get as much power behind the ball if you start running while you're hitting. That's going to be a called strike. Looked like it was right down the middle, 1-1. Oh, and that's going to be a line drive to the shortstop. Makes a diving play. I'm sorry, hold on. And they're going to call a timeout here because coaches, umpires, and myself are a little bit confused as to what happened here. Okay, so they're saying the ball hit the ground, that it was not a catch. So I believe that's going to score one for the Mustangs, making it 5-2 with the bases still loaded. And that's going to bring up number 55, Allie Berghardt. And it's going to be a pop-up into foul territory. Catcher's going to make the run and catch it, bringing Fuquay out of the inning, but not before the Mustangs score 5. They are up 5-2 going into the top of the second inning. We're going to take a quick break here. You're watching the Sports Block. And we're back with the sports block. It is the top of the second inning here. I'm joined by Brian Hughes, who just got back here. Middle Creek leads 5-2 here in the second inning. And it's going to be a ball nowhere close to the strike zone of 1-0. After getting up early, going up 2-0 after the top of the first inning, Fuquay went down by 5, so it's going to be interesting to see how they respond here as Majette goes down 2-0. And another ball as Majette's having some trouble finding the strike zone here, 3-0. This is, I believe, number 4 for Fuquay. Catcher's going to talk to the, Eric Adams going to have a quick talk with Kylie Majette. Try and calm her down, get her to hit the strike zone here. Most hitters are taught not to swing when it's 3-0, just going to try and go for the walk in this situation. So just fastball that's going to find the strike zone is going to be what she's aiming for here. And not going to get it. That's going to be a ball loaf. And she's going to surrender the walk. And now up to bat is number 2 for Fuquay. She has a runner on first base with no outs. Going to try and generate some runs here. And a ball outside. So 5 consecutive balls from Kylie Majette here. And she's going to swear down a bunt. That's going to be foul, as fuquay-varina has not laid down a successful bunt in about 4 or 5 attempts. And count is now 1-1. And I do have to admit it is really cold outside. So when you get a long inning like the last one where your pitcher's sitting on the bench just trying to conserve heat, muscles usually get a little bit tense and not quite as loose. So coming back out here is usually a bit difficult, especially in weather like this, as that's going to be another failed bunt attempt, 1-2. And the official temperature is 48, though I do know there is a breeze, and that's probably going to bring it back down to around 40 degrees of what they're actually feeling. And here comes the pitch. That's going to be a line drive to the center fielder. She's not going to be able to make it in time. She bobbles it a little bit. Might have been able to get the runner at second had she not. But regardless, that's going to fall for a single. Runners on first and second, with number 11 for Fuquay coming up to bat. Still no outs. And the official, what it feels like temperature is 43. I'd like to think I was pretty close. I'm getting corrected by Sports Block's edition of Greg Fischel over here, as here comes the pitch, squares for a bunt. Going to miss it, but they're going to throw the runner out at third base. Not even really close. They had the ball before she even slid. So Middle Creek going to get an easy out here, as runner on second base now with 1 out. And she did pull back the bunt in time, so that's going to be 1-0 on the batter. And that's going to be a line drive to left fielder over her head. That's going to easily score the runner from second base. She's going to get a stand-up double here, maybe even triple as the ball rolls by. And they bobble it again. And, wow. Some laps in relay between the outfielders and the infielders, as it's going to go down in the books as a double. However, she is going to advance to third on a bad throw from left field. And we're going to have a coaches meeting real quick with the pitcher out on the mound. Talk things over, especially after throwing so many balls to start off the inning, and now surrendering a double with an RBI. And here comes the pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball up the middle, going to score the runner from third, making it 5-4. As the outfielders again juggle the ball and miss the cutoff woman, making the score 5-4. Like I said, first game, you're going to want to get your kinks out early, but this is something that typically for a varsity softball team, you expect them to have these things down, as that's a pass ball that gets by as a catcher, as the runner on first is going to advance to second. Possibly high and inside, 2-1. And that's going to be a line drive into the gap. It's going to hit off the fence. That's going to score the runner from second. And again, Fuquay is going to have a stand-up double as they come in to tie this game. So obviously this is definitely shaping up to be an offensive battle. It's just creaming the ball right now. And that's going to be a called strike. And that's going to be a off-speed pitch that misses high. 2-0, and we do have some bullpen activity brewing for the Mustangs, so we'll see how long Majet has left here in this game. And that is Rachel Klask warming up. It's going to be an inside pitch that's going to hit off the hands of the batter, not literally, figuratively. And it's going to be 1-2. And that's going to be a called strike 3 for the Mustangs. That's going to be the second out of the inning. Still a runner on second base. Fuquay is still threatening here. His number 5 is going to come up to bat. And the pitch is going to be fouled down the line, down the first baseline. 0-1 to start off the count. And time's going to be called. Our second baseman, Jackie Schiavone, is going to tie her shoe. We also have Devin Wallace warming up in the bullpen for the Mustangs. And she's going to check her swing, but the umpire's going to say she went around, bringing the count to, I believe, 1-2. Oh, and 2. And the 0-2 pitch is going to be high. Ball 1. And it's going to be another ball, 2-2. This is a problem the Jets been facing so far this game, is getting batters in favorable positions, 0-2, 1-2, and then falling behind and eventually either giving up a walk or a big hit. And the 2-2 pitch is going to be a ball, now 3-2. Definitely going to want to try and get this batter out here. And it's going to be a line drive into right field, right to Jenna Powell. And we're back with the sports block. It is the bottom of the second inning. Scores tied 5-5. Mustangs are up to bat. This is going to be number 28, the pitcher, Kylie Majette.
Even though it's only the bottom of the second inning, the momentum has definitely gone back and forth between both teams, with Fuquay scoring 2 in the top of the first inning, and Middle Creek answering right back with 5 scores. And then going to the top of the second inning, you got Fuquay making a comeback with 3 more, with the score currently tied 5-5.
And that's going to be a strike, 0-1. Here comes the next pitch. That's going to be a pop-up. Easy play for the third baseman. Almost runs into the catcher. In fact, she does. But that's going to be the first out on the inning, and that's going to bring up number 14, Camille Hobson, our left fielder. And that's going to be a ball for the first pitch, low and away, 1-0. Another ball. That one looked like it might have caught the strike zone towards the end, but 2-0. Ooh, and that's going to be a strike. That one was, I can tell from here, a little bit out of the strike zone. Catcher was able to frame it, making it 2-1. That's going to be an off-speed pitch. A little bit low. Looks like it might have crossed the strike zone in the strike zone. But it is 3-1, 1 out. And that's going to be a foul ball off the bat of Hobson. Full count now, 3-2. And it's getting to be that time of day where it's not quite light, it's not quite night, and the lights really don't do much, and it's very hard to see the ball. Even though it is big and it is yellow, you do lose it when it comes out of the hand of the pitcher, as that's going to be a walk to Hobson as there's a runner on first with 1 out. And that's going to bring up number 2, the third baseman, Lauren Pinella. Last time up, she hit a single. She fought back from 0-2, got the count to fold, and drove one right up the middle, as the first pitch is going to be a strike here. And next pitch is going to be a ball low and outside, 1-1. And a ball inside, 2-1. And Pinella also part of the cheerleading squad for Middle Creek. They've won I don't know how many titles, including I believe 1 or 2 national titles, which is not really has become pretty common around Middle Creek. Baseball team winning national titles, cheerleading team winning, well, baseball team won states, but cheerleading team won nationals, and Lauren Pinella's been there for most of the time, and cheerleading squad just amazing here. She's also playing softball, and that's going to be a ball, 3-2 now. And that's going to be a called strike 3 on Pinella. Caught the outside corner, as that's going to bring it with 2 outs and a runner on first. For number 22, the second baseman, Jackie Schiavone. It's going to be ball high, 1-0. And that's going to be an easy pop-up to the first baseman for the third out of the inning. So the first inning where Middle Creek hasn't scored, and that's going to be the end of it. We're going to come back. It's still 5-5 for the top of the third. You stay tuned. You're watching the Sports Block. And we're back with the Sports Block. It is the top of the third inning. Fuquay ties Middle Creek 5-5 here at the top of the third. Kylie Majette still pitching for the Mustangs. Had a bit of a rough inning last inning, as Fuquay is going to look to take the lead here. So that's going to be a grounder to right field. Has a chance to get him out, though, too quick. And that's going to be a runner on first for Fuquay to start off the inning here. And next up to bat for Fuquay is going to be number 6. And she's going to square for the bunt. I'm going to miss it. Going to bring the count to 0-1. I imagine she's going to try again here with 1 strike on her. Again, though, Fuquay, I've yet to see a successful bunt from Fuquay that's even gone into fair territory. She squares for the bunt early, but that's going to be a pitch in the dirt. Going to get away from the catcher, Erica Adams, and the runner on first is going to advance to second. So Fuquay threatening early here with a runner in scoring position, and only 3 or 4 pitches thrown. And it's going to be off the beginning of the bat for number 6, back to the pitcher. It's going to be an out at first, but the runner on second is going to advance to third for the first out of the inning. Not a bad, she really did not mean to hit that ball, you could tell, but it really wasn't a bad thing, as that did advance the runner on second. So runner on third now with 1 out, and number 4 for Fuquay is going to come up to bat. And going to be a ball inside, 1-0. And that's going to be a line drive into right field. Going to score the runner from third. Going to have no play at first either, as Fuquay takes the lead 6-5 here in the top of the third inning. And batter's going to call timeout. Number 2 from Fuquay. Pitch from Majette is going to be way high and inside. And that's going to roll away from the catcher. She's going to have the potential to go to third. And she is. Catcher throws it to Pinnell at third. And she's going to be called out, though. From here, it looked like she was pretty safe. Nonetheless, it's going to be the second out of the inning for the Mustangs. So caught a lucky break here, as when she rounded second base, she wasn't sure if she was going to go to third or not. And that little stutter set caused her to be thrown out at third. Pitch is going to be high and inside, 2-0. It's going to be a called strike on the outside corner, 2-1. And it's going to be a called timeout by the umpire, maybe the batter. And I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I sure can. The fuquay-varina dugout is pretty loud. Pretty loud. And that's going to be a ball outside, 3-1. Pitch is going to be low and inside, ball 4. So runner on first here with 2 outs. And number 11 is going to come up to the plate. More bullpen activity. Rachel Klask again warming up. High inside, ball 1. Oh, high and inside, almost hit her, 2-0. That's going to be a foul ball, out of play, 2-1. The Jet with the pitch. That's going to be a ball low and outside. 3-1. It's going to be a ground ball hit hard to Lauren Pinella. She's going to field it, throw it to first. To Lexi Garrett, hits off the ground, but she's going to pick it up for the 3rd out of the inning. So Fuquay goes up 6-5 here at the top of the 3rd. Middle Creek's going to get a chance to respond in the bottom of the 3rd. When we come back, you're watching the Sports Block.
Absolutely. You've got 11 seconds left. So, a little confusion there. He will be taking 2 shots. But yes, he needs to knock down both, and then they need to play effective defense without fouling. First shot is good.
First pitch, you don't want to be swinging on a first pitch breaking ball.
And as he winds up, there we go, is another one.
Oh, man.
Deep. I think that one's gone.
That's gone.
That's gone.
That's gone.
Oh, no.
Joey White gives the ball over to top right. Down to bottom right. He's going to take the shot, and it's good.
That makes the score 5-4 Middle Creek.
That's a great way for an all.
As we get set for the kick, it's up, and the second half of this game is underway. Nayland Lopez taking it from the 8-yard line. Got some good blocks. Sheds one tackler, and he's got lots of daylight. He's got Rayshawn King in front of him for the block, and he's going to take it all the way down to the
And we're back with the Sports Block. It is the bottom of the 3rd. Fuquay leads 6-5 over the Mustangs. Up to bat is she's wearing a sweatshirt.
Number 15, Emily Franks.
Thank you, Brian. A little bit of sun starting to peek out here into the outfield. First we've seen of it. It's going to be a called strike, 0-1. A little bit of chin music, 1-1. Low and outside. That's going to be a ball, 2-1. Another ball low, 3-1. And the catcher going to go have a quick talk with the pitcher. Looks like she's trying to stretch something out. Again, the count is 3-1. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be hit foul, out of play. Bring it to a full count. And it's going to be a ball low. So Middle Creek starts off the inning with a walk. And that's going to bring up number 5, Jenna Powell, the right fielder. She's going to square for a bunt. And it's going to be a called strike. She pulled back. But like I said, it's a called strike, 0-1. Squares for a bunt again. Pulls it back. It's going to be in the dirt, though. Called ball, 1-1. Square again. Going to be high, pulls back. Call the ball. Squares, makes contact this time, gonna hit it back to the pitcher. Throws her out at first. Tries to get the runner at second, but no go. So 1 out with a runner on second as Middle Creek looks to tie the game back up here with the runner in scoring position. And now to bat is number 44, Erica Adams, the catcher. We have number 15, Emily Franks, sitting on second. Going to start off with a ball outside. It's going to be a called strike, 1-1. Another ball. And a called strike on the outside corner. Looks a little bit low, maybe even outside, but 2-2. And that's going to be a called strike 3. Looks like it was right over the middle of the plate, and that's going to be the second out for the Mustangs. Which brings us to the top of the order, number 7, Megan Walker, our center fielder. It's going to be a ball inside. And that's going to be a breaking ball, maybe off-speed changeup. It's going to break over the middle of the plate for a called strike. And that's going to be grounded back to the pitcher, thrown out at first for the end of the inning. So Middle Creek is not able to respond here as Fuquay holds them to 5. When you come back, we'll be at the top of the 4th inning. Stay tuned. You're watching the Sports Block.
Absolutely. You've got 11 seconds left. So, a little confusion there. He will be taking 2 shots.
And we're back at the top of the 4th. Kylie Majette still on the mound. Fuquay looking to expand their lead. They're currently leading 5-6 right now. It's going to be a called ball to start off the at-bat. This is number 8 for Fuquay batting. Fouled right back. First strike. And an off-speed pitch can catch the outside corner, making it 1-2. It's going to be a called ball outside, 2-2. Another ball in the dirt, and as we've seen earlier in this game, she's getting ahead of batters but falling behind as the count goes to 3-2. It's going to be off the hands of the shortstop. She's going to throw it to first. That is going to be the first out of the inning. That's a 6-3. If you were keeping an official scorebook. And number 1 for Fuquay is going to come up to bat with no runners on base. It's going to bounce about 5 feet in front of the plate. Ball 1. Grounded to the third baseman, Pinella. Picks it up, throws it to first. She's going to be called safe. Beats that one out. And that's going to bring up number 3 for Fuquay. Off the hand's going to be fouled back, not going to have a shot at it. It's going to be the first strike. And here comes the pitch. It's going to be a grounder up the middle. Shortstop dives for the ball, flips it to second, but she's going to be safe again. Nice effort by Allie Burkhart, but not going to be in time. It was the right decision to go to second there, as I don't believe she's going to be able to get up to her feet and throw it to first base. But unfortunately, number 1 for Fuquay, who was running to second, was quick and made it there in time. So runners on first and second, 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. It's going to be a ground ball to Pinella at third. Steps on the bag, going to look to first, but not going to have a play. 2 outs in the inning. And it's going to be a ground ball to first baseman, Lexi Garrett. She's going to step on the bag, and that's going to be the end of the inning. So no score here from Fuquay at the top of the 4th. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When you come back, it's going to be the bottom of the 4th, and Middle Creek's going to have a chance to potentially tie the game, even take a lead. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block.
Yes, he needs to knock down both, and then they need to play effective defense without fouling. First shot is good.
First pitch, you don't want to be swinging on a first pitch breaking ball.
And as he winds up, there we go, is another one.
Oh man,
deep. I think that one's gone.
That's gone.
That's gone.
That's gone.
Oh, no.
Joey White gives the ball over to top right. Down to bottom right.
All the way down into Bengals here. A low shot into the bottom. Beautifully placed shot. And he timed that so it went right under the wall as it jumped.
One time, and the ball hit the rearview mirror, like, head on. It was crazy.
Suppose he hits that one into center field. And he is going to advance to second base, so he will get it.
And we're back in the bottom of the 4th inning. Middle Creek has a chance to take the lead, maybe even just tie it up here, as number 55, Allie Burkhart, the shortstop's going to come up to bat. Same pitchers since the beginning of the game are still pitching. Surprising, because they've, up until maybe last inning, they've both been struggling. That's going to be a ball, 1-0. And that's going to be a called strike. Looked like a good one to hit, but 1-1. And that's going to be taken the other way to the third baseman. Fields it, throws it to first in time. 1 out for the Mustangs. And that's going to bring up number 28, Kylie Majette, the pitcher. Called ball low. hit hard the other way, but foul. Bringing the count to 1-1. And grounder to the first baseman, easy play. She's going to take it and stop it on the bag for the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up number 14, Camille Hobson, the left fielder. For those of you who don't know, this is a 7-inning game, so they will play 7 innings regardless of time. The field does have lights, so that's not to be worried about. And going to be an off-speed pitch down the middle for her, called strike 1. It's going to be a ball. Bounces a few feet in front of the plate. Next pitch is hit softly between third and short. Third baseman's going to field it, throw it to first a little bit high, giving Camille Hobson enough time to reach the bag safely. That's going to bring up number 2, Lauren Pinella, the third baseman. It's going to be a ball high. Called strike. Looked like he caught the inside corner. 1-1. And that's going to go down the right field line. It's going to fall into fair territory. Throw to third. Hobson's going to make it there easily, as Pinella has herself a single and potentially a chance for the Mustangs to tie the game here. Falls on number 22, Jackie Schiavone, the second baseman. Ball high, 1-0. Next pitch is going to be high, 2-0. Really keep an eye on Pinella over there on first base. Don't want to give up 2 runners in scoring position here. Next pitch is going to be a high fly ball in between left and third base. Lack of communication. That's going to fall. Throw to third. She's safe. And Middle Creek is going to tie this game at 6. I believe that's going to be counted as a hit, as it didn't come in contact with either the third baseman or the left fielder. I guess you're going to hit a pop-up. That was the perfect location. And a quick meeting with the pitcher. And next up to the bat is number 15, Emily Franks, the DH. She had a double and 2 RBIs last at bat. See what she does here with 2 runners in scoring position. It's going to be a ball low. Again, there are 2 outs, so it's going to have to be a hit if they're to score. 2-0 on Franks. Called strike on the inside corner, 2-1. And that's a line drive down the left field line. That's going to score the runner on third. They're going to wave the runner from second in. It's going to be a close one. She's going to make it. And that double is going to bring up number 5, Jenna Powell, the right fielder. I believe got a single last at bat. It's going to be a ball high, 1-0. Timeout by the battery. And that's going to be a slow ground ball to third base. She might have time to beat this one out, and she does. That's going to be another hit from the Mustangs, as they're having a 2-out rally here with a runner on third base and Jenna Powell with the single now on first base, threatening yet again. And that music is coming from the baseball field. The boys varsity team is also playing, and they have the benefit of a sound system, and they are exercising their right to use it. So, quick meeting on the mound. Still surprised they haven't used a new pitcher, as it was pointed out to me. Fuquay only does have 10 players on the team, and not much available when you only have 10 people on the team, as there's 9 in the field. First pitch swung on a miss. Looked like a breaking ball. It broke towards the outside, 0-1. It's going to be a ball, 1-1. Next pitch is going to be low, 2-1. And that's going to be a ground ball between the third and shortstop. And she's going to field it and throw her out at first base, but not before the Mustangs are able to score 3 and get them top by 2 here in the bottom of the 4th. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. When you come back, it'll be the top of the 5th. Stay tuned. You're watching the Sports Block.
Double off that.
Absolutely. You've got 11 seconds left. So, a little confusion there. He will be taking 2 shots. But yes, he needs to knock down both, and then they need to play effective defense.
I think that one's gone.
That's gone.
That's gone.
That's gone.
Oh, no.
Joey White gives the ball over to top right. Down to bottom right. He's going to take the shot, and it's good.
That makes the score 5-4 Middle Creek.
That's a great way for an all.
As we get set for the kick, it's up, and the second half of this game is underway. Nayland Lopez taking it from the 8-yard line. Got some good blocks. Sheds one tackler, and he's got lots of daylight. He's got Rayshawn King in front of him for the block, and he's going to take it all the way down to the 25-yard line of Fuquay. So first play of the second half, Nayland Lopez taking it all the way down into Bengals here. A low shot into the bottom. Beautifully placed shot. And he timed that so it went right under the wall.
And we're back at the top of the fifth. Fuquay is trailing Middle Creek right now, 8-6. Kylie Majette still on the mound for the Mustangs here in the top of the fifth inning. First ball looks a little bit low, but called a strike on number 6 for Fuquay. Ball outside, 1-1. A ground ball in between the first and second baseman, fielded by the right fielder, throws it to first, not in time, as Fuquay is going to have a leadoff single here. That brings to the plate number 4 for Fuquay. And that's going to get away from the catcher, Erica Adams, as she advances to second, makes a turn towards third, but goes back to second. And we saw what happened last time. A runner tried to take an extra bag on a steal. It's going to be, I think, maybe tipped. Maybe she just plain missed, but 1-1 regardless. And time's going to be called out by the batter. And that's going to be high and inside. Another ball. And that's going to bring it to 3-1 here. I'll say it again, I'm still kind of surprised she's still in the game. It's hasn't had the best outing, and she does seem to be showing some signs of wear and fatigue, so not sure how much longer she has in this ball game. And that's going to be popped down the right field line. Foul ball, however. Full count, 3-2. Next pitch is going to be grounded to the second baseman. Schiavone throws it to Garrett, and that's going to be the first out of the inning. But the runner on second is able to advance to third with 1 out here in the top of the fifth. And that's going to bring up number 2 for Fuquay. First pitch is grounded foul towards the Fuquay dugout. 0-1. And that's going to be a called strike, 0-2 now. And that's going to be a ball 1 and 2, safe at third base. Another ball 2 and 2. And yet another ball 3 and 2. I'll say it again, man. She's just getting ahead in the count on so many hitters and falling behind 2-3 strikes, and it's resulting in more and more walks and more hits. And that's going to be drilled into left field. You know, one hop the fence, and the runner from third is going to walk into home. Going to be thrown in, and that's going to be a stand-up double. That makes the score 8-7 now. Middle Creek leads by 1. That's going to be a ball low and outside. And that's going to be a bunt popped up, but it's going to roll foul. 1 and 1. And that's going to be a foul ball towards the Middle Creek dugout. 1 and 2. And that's going to be a line drive in between the shortstop and third baseman. Runner from second is going to advance to third, and the batter is going to stroll into second, putting 2 runners into scoring position for Fuquay-Varina with only 1 out. So again, this game's got the potential to go back and forth yet again, as Fuquay could take the lead here. And it looks like Middle Creek's going to make a pitching change. And this is going to be number 17, Devin Wallace. And we're going to take a quick commercial break while she warms up. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sports Block.
Oh, as it jumped.
One time, and the ball hit the rearview mirror, like, head on. It was crazy.
Spoelsy hits that one into center field. And he is going to advance to second base, so he will get a double off that.
Absolutely, you've got 11 seconds left. So, a little confusion there. He will be taking 2 shots, but yes, he needs to knock down both, and then they need to play effective defense without fouling. First shot is good.
First pitch, you don't want to be swinging on a first pitch breaking ball. And we're back from this pitching change. Again, number 17, Devin Wallace on the mound. She's a freshman pitcher on varsity. That's a huge accomplishment. And she's called in here on relief with 2 runners in scoring position and fuquay-varina threatening. First pitch is a ball high and outside. Next pitch is also outside, 2-0. Third pitch can be a strike. Looks like it caught the outside corner. 2-1. And that's going to be fouled back towards us here at the sports block. Out of play. 2-2. Two-2 pitch. It's going to be fouled back. Count remains 2-2. And that's going to be a pop-up between and the catcher is going to come down with it. So that's going to be the second out for Middle Creek, and that's a very good out to have as no runners were to score and nobody else got on base. First pitch is a ball low and outside. Next pitch is in the dirt. Good stop by Erica Adams. 2-0. And it's going to be a pop-up. Again out of play. Hits the bleachers. 2-1. And that's going to get by the catcher. They're going to try and steal home. Flips to the pitcher, but she's going to be there in time as fuquay-varina is going to tie the lead at 8 here at the top of the 5th. And another pass ball. That's 4 in a row. Batter tried to check her swing, but did go around, I believe, is what the umpire signaled. So 1-1. A runner on third base. It's going to be a called third strike. To me, it looked like it might have bounced in the dirt a little bit, but that's going to get the Mustangs out of the inning, but not before Fuquay is able to take a 8-9 lead in the top of the 5th. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 5th. You're watching the Sports Block. And we're back with the sports block in the bottom of the 5th inning. Mustangs looking to take back the lead here. I'm joined here now in the bottom of the 6th with Melanie Jarvis.
It looks like this game's going great so far. We're behind by 1, but knowing Fuquay, we're definitely going to get it since they're a big rivalry.
And the first pitch is going to be a called strike. Next pitch is going to be a ball outside, 1-1. Next pitch is going to be what appeared to be a breaking ball over the inside part of the plate, 1-2. This is the center fielder, number 7, Megan Walker. And it's going to be slapped back to the pitcher, not hit very hard. And she's going to beat that one out, but man, that pitcher absolutely rifled it to first base. Like, wow.
And Megan brings the speed to the table here. She is one of our fastest runners. So.
Yeah, she's going to